Hello, everybody. Welcome to the greatest day of my life. It is time for the final F122 video, and it is going to be a great one. I am so happy that F122 is coming to an end, but we have to do one last hurrah of the game before the game is till F123 is officially released. So, since it is race week, we are going to be doing a last of first around Canada as Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari. There's a couple things that are maybe wrong in this video. Uh, One, who the hell uses Charles Leclerc? I'm just playing. All jokes aside, yeah, let's go get Leclerc a win. Let's try to do a last of first. If we can't, then we'll just do a last to who knows where. But we're gonna race around Canada here for a don't really know, I'm gonna say a 25% race. Not 25. 50%. Oh my God, I am so dumb right now. I apologize, guys. It's been a while since I've done commentary. But anyways, here we are. We're gonna qualify, obviously, and basically how we're gonna qualify is we're gonna go look at the setup, make sure everything is good. I got a cheeky little time trial setup, so we put that on. I don't know why I was lowering the fuel, but we're going to be running some pretty high wings. You can run a little bit lower wings here, but again, I mean, we're probably going to be very slow on the straights. The Ferrari isn't really that quick in the straight line on F122, I feel like, so. But we're going to retire. We're actually going to start P20. I'm pretty sure it's P20. We go down. Look, Carlos Sainz actually got second. No, oh, okay. Well, we're not P20. Well, that's unfortunate.
After yesterday's incredible qualifying, there's no doubt we're in for an intense race here in Montreal, and I think we're just about ready to begin. We'll be seeing top speeds of around 210 miles per hour here at the circuit Gilles Villeneuve, with around 2/3 of the lap taken at full throttle. High-speed chicanes spell potential danger, especially at the infamous Wall of Champions, and watch out for overtaking into the hairpin and that final chicane. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And a very happy Carlos Sainz will start second. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Perez, Russell, and Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Fernando Alonso, Ocon, Norris, Ricciardo, and Valtteri Bottas, Joe, Tsunoda, Pierre Gasly, and Mick Schumacher, Albon, Stroll, Nicholas Latifi, and Sebastian Vettel. Leclerc and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. Natalie Binkham joins me once again in the commentary box. It's fantastic to have you with us today. I'm curious though, how do you think the drivers stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the rundown into turn one, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It'll keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
So, here we are on the grid, starting P19, obviously, which is alright. Still technically could be a last to first if you think about it. But this might be a little bit difficult, though, for a couple reasons. One, I've said it before, we're not really good around Canada. This is kind of one of my weaker tracks, but there are overtaking possibilities, and on a street circuit like this, we don't know. So, again, I don't know what really is the preferred strategy. I think it was medium to hard or hard to medium, one of the two. We tried to do something else. I wanted to stretch out the mediums as far as I could and then go for the soft. But if you look at the again, the race time, and it looks like we're going to be losing a lot of time. So I think we're just going to go back to the preferred strategy for this race today, which is probably the right thing to do in this car. So yeah, once again, F122 at its finest. Give me a Ferrari strategy. I'm just playing. But yeah, we tried doing that. That wouldn't work, and then we just reverted back to the original strategy. So looks like we're gonna start on the hard and go to the medium, and that's gonna be for the race. So once again, lining up for the pit box. Not pit box. We're lining up on the grid in our grid slot, as we are now going to be approaching the 5 red lights for the Canadian Grand Prix. Can we do a last of first round here for one last time? It is lights out, and we are racing here in Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Sorry about that botch. Anyways, going down to turn number 1. We didn't get the greatest start. A little bit low on the revs. Trying to minimize wheel spin. Once again, F123. Wheel spin is much better, and you get more traction. So that is good. Anyways, make up 2 moves. Actually, no, we only make up 1 move. Or maybe that was 2. Nope. Yeah, we did 3, so looks like we got Vettel and Magnussen on the outside. We also got Alex Albon going down into the next couple of corners here once again. Trying to stay out of trouble as much as we can. Once again, we might try to sneak around Lance Stroll. We're going to go around the outside of Lance Stroll into the next left and right-handers, as we do get ahead of Lance Stroll. Now up into P16 now, dumping our overtake once again. Lance Stroll, he's got much more straight line speed, and he's dumping a lot of that overtake once again. The overtake button is very, very powerful on this game, which is one reason why it was kind of OP. Anyways, now on lap 1 still, we're actually now side by side with Nicholas Latifi once again, showing you some more off-track action once again. I would say more TV coverage. Once again, we're side by side with Nicholas Latifi once again, or I should say Goat Tifi, as he's gonna absolutely smoke us on the straight line, and he's gonna get ahead as he now moves up, as looks like Magnussen a little bit had a moment there with Albon and also Sebastian Vettel. Once again, we're going to go around the outside of Nicholas Latifi. We're going to stay ahead on lap 2 of this race as we now aim for Mick Schumacher. He's going to be, he is, I totally forgot about him. I am such a little, you know what. Anyways, as we talk about F1 22, once again, as you can see on lap 3 now, just trying to get to the slipstream of Mick Schumacher. This is the last F1 game, as I know, without Sebastian Vettel, unless he comes back as an icon on F1 23. I really hope so, but this is the last time we get to race with Sebastian Vettel on the F1 games, unless he comes back as an icon driver, or if he comes back to Audi in 2026, one of the two. Same as for Mick Schumacher, Goat Tifi, and Daniel Ricciardo. And actually, Ricciardo's actually last place. It looks like he got some front wing damage on the opening lap. Don't know what happened there. Anyways, sneaking around, and we're going to go down the inside on Mick Schumacher's. We're going to get the move stick, and we now move ahead. And we're going to go down the inside on Nicholas Latifi here. Not Nicholas Latifi, on Yuki Tsunoda on lap 5. He actually makes contact. He turns in on us. And, oh, he just absolutely collected half the field. That's a VSC deployed. So we take a look at the replay once again. We send one down the inside on Yuki Tsunoda, and yeah, he just turned in on us, which is a big problem on the F1 game. On F1 22, he absolutely turned in. Here's another closer look again. There's a more far angle. Once again, he turned in, caught up Mick Schumacher. Looks like he caught up someone else maybe too. I'm not 100% sure, but Yuki Tsunoda is out of this Canadian Grand Prix. Anyways, we're back underway now. We actually caught napping a little bit. We actually had to slow down to keep the Delta positive. Anyways, going around through the wall of champions, now approaching lap 6 of this Grand Prix. Tires are actually pretty good on the hards. Once again, Mick Schumacher looks like he was a little bit threatening on the straights, but once again we did clear him as we should. But now it's going to get a little bit more tricky now, trying to close down this 3-second gap to Pierre Gasly. Absolutely on that move, it actually cost us a lot of time, and Zhou Guanyu also up ahead in those positions. So obviously it's going to get a lot more harder now, trying to get up to last to first. So we have to close this gap down. So we're absolutely going to be pushing. We're actually going to be pushing. We're not going to lay back, which I was really keen on laying back, but once again I was like, you know what, let's go push. Let's close this gap down, as that is the goal on lap 9 of this race, approaching lap 10. Anyways, we now close the gap down. We've absolutely gained about at least a second on Pierre Gasly, so he is a little bit struggling, as Carlos Sainz actually has come into the pits, in the Ferrari. As once again, we try to thinking about going around the outside of Pierre Gasly. We cannot get it done, so we're going to wait it out. Probably send one down into turn number 4 or 5. I can't remember. I think it's 4 or 5. Anyways, we're going to go down the inside on Pierre Gasly once again for P10 into the points paying positions as we do get ahead of Pierre Gasly. Once again, very tricky to get the exit. As once again, we had a little bit of a slide there trying to correct the car, but it wasn't a too bad of a slide, which is good. Anyways, on the back of Zhou Guanyu now. We're in the DRS, but once again, the DRS is not really that powerful on the straights. But Pierre Gasly, once again, he's actually gaining on us a lot. Zhou Guanyu now going through the next few corners as Guanyu's actually lost it, and he's crashed. As that is a interesting place to crash at the Wall of Champions, and that is a safety car deployed about almost near halfway up this race. Let's take a look once again. Absolutely slammed it on the throttle and basically crashed out of the Canadian Grand Prix. Here's another look at it. Back tires off, nothing you can do. Zhou Guanyu, fortunately, crashing out of this race. But we're going to come into the pits now. We're actually going to pit for the mediums. It was probably the right call to do. We could have easily done a 2-stop, but we decided to just pit for the mediums. Anyway, safety car is coming back in, and we are back underway now for the Canadian Grand Prix once again. As a couple other drivers did pit on this, as we actually had to avoid Fernando Alonso. We broke a little too late. We're now on the grass. Almost just hit the back of Sebastian Vettel, which we do not want to do that in our last video with Seb. It was contact with Vettel, but we do get ahead of Albon and Ricciardo, though, which is good, but also still not good at the same time because we went off track. Anyways, trying to go down the inside on Sebastian Vettel. Can we get the move? No, we can't. Probably a little too early to go for it, but I got to use up these mediums as much as we can because these guys right now are my race. Fernando Alonso, Lando Norris, Valtteri Bottas, everybody who's up there. Pierre Gasly, they're all up there for positions, but Nicholas Latifi is actually making a train with all the cars in this train, which I believe is Norris, Latifi, and everyone. We're going to go down the inside. Can we get this move stick? It's going to be a 3 into the hairpin. No, it's not, as Alonso gets such a good exit. But we're going to get ahead of Sebastian Vettel here once again. Maybe, not 100% sure. We have to dump all the battery we can, but once again, he's so quick on the straights. It's a little bit hard to judge. He's in the slipstream up Fernando Alonso too, which is benefiting him, as Seb does lock up a little bit, as we're going to unfortunately shut the door on Seb, as we almost lost the car there on the exit. Thankfully, we did not, though. But that was some hard racing right there. We now move up into these positions, which are coming up very shortly for the points paying positions. Anyways, try to go make a move around Fernando Alonso. Cannot make the move stick. We're going to try to send one tier down on the straight if it is possible. Can we get close to him? We get a little bit close, but once again, we're a little bit too optimistic about the move as we ultimately decide to back out of that. But on lap 19 now, we actually sent one down the inside on Fernando Alonso and Lando Norris, as that cut was not so good. I never actually showed the move. But we sent one down the inside, but you're absolutely going to get an amazing monster of a slipstream once again. A little bit struggling with the DRS and the overtake once again as we cut the corner, as Lando cuts the corner, as we almost hit the outside wall there a little bit. Almost ended our race, but once again, Lando Norris around the outside. As he on the preferred racing line, we're on the more the dirty side. As we're going to try to go around the outside of Lando Norris. Got a little bit of wheel spin there, make contact with Lando. As Alonso, we shut the door on Fernando Alonso as we now move up into P8 in this race. We close the gap by a lot once again. And then this happens. Lose the rear a little bit. Compromising, hit the exit, hit the outside wall. No damage. But that was not a great way. That was not fun. Our race was kind of going good, as once again, Nicholas Latifi back at his antics. Or no, that's actually Alex Albon, my bad. Anyways, we're back with Seb, though. We send one down the inside on Sebastian Vettel. Once again, a little bit more dodgy of an exit. Almost lost the car there. I felt the car going off once again, but now we got to protect him from Ricciardo, who's actually hitting in a monster of a slipstream once again. Both these cars not very quick in the straight line, but we do get ahead of Ricciardo and Vettel. We keep the move stick. That is crucial. Alex Albon now down the inside. He absolutely turned in on us, which I don't understand why he did that, but okay. I appreciate that. But anyways, we got the DRS from Alex Albon. We now move ahead. Anyways, Carlos Sainz comes into the pits once again for a new set of mediums. Or was this an old set? I'm not 100% sure. Comes up for mediums once again, though. As now we're going to try to see if we can train on Carlos once again, if we can just stick with his DRS. But once again, I mean, the mediums, they're pretty shot in this race. Sergio Perez now comes actually out, so it looks like the AI, we're doing a two-stop maybe in this race once again. They had the gap, but it looks like we're not going to be getting a last of Hertz here. But the tires are actually not that bad. They're 23, which they're not completely shot, but still a bit worrying. Tire pressures are actually pretty okay once again. Anyway, Sergio Perez now is going to make a move on Fernando Alonso. As Alonso now, he might send one down 3 wide to the hairpin. No, he does not. Alonso now backs off, but we're going to try to go around the outside of Fernando Alonso as we do get the preferred. A little bit of wheel spin there on the exit. We're going to get ahead of Fernando Alonso. Now Carlos Sainz, Sergio Perez up there once again, side by side, going down near the wall of champions. Here comes Fernando Alonso. We're going to defend the inside. He's going to get around the outside as he gets the position back. As he actually locks up a little bit, we're going to get ahead of Fernando Alonso once again as we are now moving up into P9 in this race. Coming back to kind of where we started a little bit as we were pushing the limits here a little too much. Kiss the outside wall. That is what you have to do when you are racing. But we now move up into P9 in this race. Lando Norris now the next target. Once again, a little bit of a dirty air going through the middle sector. I felt the dirty air a lot when on the back of Lando, so kind of struggled to get around him a little bit. But once again, in the DRS of Lando Norris, we're going to try to get into the slipstream of him much as we can. We're closing the gap a little bit once again. We're gaining, but we're not gaining enough, which is kind of the problem here around Canada, is you don't gain a lot on the straight. But once again, Lando is now going to defend once again from us. He's probably dumping a little bit of overtake. We're in the slipstream again, but once again, we cannot get close there. Again, the DRS being very weak on this Ferrari, and also the straight line isn't always that great. Don't know what wings the AI are running, but once again, we actually might send one down Lando Norris. We're going to send one down the inside of Lando Norris, and we move up now into P8 in this race. Fast forward now, a couple other laps. We're on the back of Valtteri Bottas, who we were supposed to be fighting him earlier, and now we're finally getting the chance. But anyways, we're going to try to send one down the inside of Valtteri Bottas. Do we get the move stick? Yes, we do. We send one down the inside, going into the left and right-handers, as we're going to get ahead of Valtteri Bottas. Fernando Alonso now, he is back here once again. He might be in the position of this. We try to defend from the Alfa Romeo. Yes, we do. Put that up into P7 in this race. It wasn't a last to first. We got there. We tried our best. But it's going to be P7 in this race. That is not bad at all.
A truly magnificent drive and a great performance from the entire team to secure victory here in Canada. So Natalie, what do you think helped them deliver this result?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take the top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes.
So, here we are. George Russell did win the race once again here around Canada. Also, Max Verstappen comes home in P2. And actually, look at this one. Esteban Ocon gets a podium for Alpine, so look at that. Not like it's even going to matter anyways, but he got a podium in Monaco. Now he gets one in Canada. So, could that be the result for the Canadian Grand Prix in 2023? Probably not. But we can always dream. Anyways, P7 in this race. We weren't too bad. A little bit rough, though, on the, once again, I haven't been playing much of F1 22 because I mainly had no motivation for it over the past couple weeks. But that is it for F1 22. Overall, bring on F1 23. Thank y'all for watching this video. And once again, if you guys did not watch the F1 23 update and my personal reaction to the game, please watch that when it comes to content available. But I don't have much time left. Hope y'all have a good rest of your day, and I'll see y'all in F1 23.